is Todd. Thanks for joining me. So I finally got this cool Manny faces. I've been waiting for them for a while. The weird thing is on Amazon it showed my order was canceled. So I didn't even know I was getting him. And then today in the mail he just shows up and I'm like, "What? He showed up? That's really really strange." So I was I was pretty happy that he actually showed up. That was pretty cool. Hey Master Far, thanks for joining us. So before we dive into this Manny Faces too much, because there's a lot to do with this Manny Faces, let's go ahead. You know what? I should grab the comic book while I'm at it, so that way then we can. Wait a second. Did they remake the original comic? Oh, maybe not. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. We will have to see. Let's get the big comic book out. Ugh. That would be fun if they actually remade the same storyline they had originally. Maybe updated a little bit, but I got my comic book because it's supposed to be the comic book Manny Faces, so we got to check this out. We got to check this out. All right. So, let's go to the beginning. Bum, bum, bum. So, this was like the Manny Faces we got back in the 80s. Back in the 80s, and they had two versions, one with these pink hoses and some with purple hoses, which were two different variations. And it was kind of strange. The skin was kind of orangish, and you could turn into three different things. And I remember as a kid watching the commercial, and it shows this kid and his dad playing with Castle Grayskull, and the kids walking around with many faces and showing different faces in the windows of Castle Grayskull, so that way then Skeletor, whoever's attacking, didn't know there was just only one guy in there. There was three guys. And so I remember thinking that was pretty funny. Hey, Charles, thanks for joining us. Action figure guy, thanks for being here. Giraffe, thanks for being here. Jason, thanks for joining us. Eternian's greatest actor. Yeah, that's so weird that he was coined that and stuck that way. There's so many other ways they could have gone with all these tubes and stuff that he, it's just crazy all the stuff. Then we got the 2000X. 2000XX. And they made his skin like super orange. He's an Oompa Loompa. Oompa Loompa Doopa Dee Doo. I am Manny Faces, and you can be too. Anyway, so here he is, all orange. And they gave him the same feature of turning his heads into a robot to a monster. And now one thing they did add, which is so cool, was you could rotate his head. Ooh, and his face would rotate with it. Such a new futuristic advanced thing. Now this is not his gun he comes with normally. I gave him this gun because this is what he should have came with. Instead of that big giant silver gun they gave him with a blue projectile that could be used as a club. So then we got classics. Classics. Now classics is pretty cool. Actually, you know what? This is not the classics one he got. Let me set him aside. Boop. Then we got I got a classics over here. Here we go. Then we got classics. Boop. There he is. And you're probably going, wasn't it the same figure? No, I'll show you the differences in a minute. And they actually had a fan vote on what color they wanted him to be. And luckily the fan vote for this color won out. I was happy with that as opposed to the orange skinned Manny Faces. And there's been a lot of debate over the years. Is his skin orange or is he wearing an orange jumpsuit? So if you turn to his face right here, his face is not as orange as his body. And the tubes are going right into his body. So this might be actually some kind of suit he's wearing, not his actual spare skin. Which then, of course, makes this not chaps anymore, but just orange and blue leggings of some sort. So it is a little different. But then when you get to this guy, you can see his skin tone actually matches his orange body. And the tubes don't actually jet into his body, but he has like all this stuff on the back that is the same color as his skin, which is definitely not his skin. So it's kind of hard to tell where they were going with it. And then we got to this guy. Oh, so cool. You can definitely tell now it's his skin. And the tubes are all going around. Nothing injected into it. No weird. I mean, look at this. If this is supposed to be his skin is going up to his helmet. It's like, oh, they literally had to cut his neck and jam this helmet into his skin, sticking past like some kind of crazy futuristic sci-fi where his skin has been stretched to hold the robotic mechanics. The robotic mechanics. All right. So we always thought back in the days of classics that we were going to get the other version released too, but they never did. So why these colors? That is an excellent question. So if you take a look at the original box art on the back of the packaging, let me go ahead and get that for a minute. Let me roll my sleeves up here. They're my Santa Claus sleeves. See, look at that. Okay. It's just getting too hot in here. On my original, on my favorite top 11 figures, I got this cool little picture frame of the top 5 of the heroic ones. And you can see that Manny Faces there, he looks like the classics figure. So the figure we always saw in the back of the box looks way different than the figure we got as a toy. So getting this guy was like, yes, we finally got the figure we always thought we were going to get when we were kids. And it's just so cool. Even the big old knob on the top of his head, and just the way they designed it, it just looks the exact same as the box art, which is really cool. Now what's weird is the box art has his eyes black. See those black eyes right there? And the box art has the same thing. But the original toy had them white. And so I, on mine, I'll put him aside now. On mine, I actually painted his eyes white. See? That's why I said the one I showed you is not the original one, because of course I had to customize it. You guys know me. I can't just leave things the way they are. I've got to change them for what I think is the better. All right. And just like we saw with the 2000X, his head turns. Not a lot, but a little bit. And then his head also turns on the inside too. So really cool. Now, one thing I didn't like about this figure originally, 2 things. Let me show you on the original that I didn't alter. The unaltered one is one, if you take a look, when you rotate his head, it's like the monster's chin is just right inside of the mask. And it's just, his face is just sitting a little bit too low. And so on mine, I added a little rubber band right inside there, just to lift his head just enough so that it doesn't sit so far down low. And then on the top, I painted a black line around it and sanded this down a little shorter so it wouldn't stick up at all. Which I realize now I caused my own problem by raising his head. It raised the pin. So there you go. There is my cool custom. All right, then we got the Super 7 one. Super 7. Now, Super 7 had a huge issue with theirs, and that was he wanted to change the face. You had to stick your thumb in here and do the old rotation like that. That is really dumb. That's going to ruin the paint. So I have made my helmet removable. So I can just grab the head and rotate it around where I want. And when I made it removable, I had to repaint the top and bottom right here on these. But it's well worth it to take it off there and just repaint, or just make it so it's removable. And that way then you don't have to worry about shoving your thumb in there trying to make it work. If you squeeze these sides, it just goes in together pretty easily. All right. Cool, cool. And he's got the cool little gun. Okay. You guys got a lot of comments. Yes, Charles, Manny Faces is like really cool. I think so too. Back when I was a kid, also they had this movie called Beastmaster, and they had this berserker guy that ran around, and he had the chaps on, and he reminded me of Manny Faces. But of course, he was covered in spikes and all kinds of other things too. I should try to find that berserker guy and show you guys what he looks like. I guess maybe I should do that. Let's see, where was I going to go now? It was going to... Oh! And we got Origins. Origins! And of course, I added a blast effect from Iron Man, because it looks cool. And we got a yellow jaundice this time. So not the orange like the original, but this weird yellow. And it's like, what's with the yellow? And it's supposed to be his skin, because you can see it matches his skin tone just right in his face. And we got the multiple heads. which match very closely to the original toy. So kind of cool the way they actually went back to the original toy design. All right. Well, that's weird. Look, the head is actually like it's not like the original toy on top up here. That's crazy. I just realized that. I've had this figure in my hand for a long time. I just realized they changed the top to match more like the box art in the classics. That's funny. I actually do kind of like this style. They're like a TV. But anyway, so now let's get to the new one. Hey, Jonathan, thanks for joining us. Wookie Sasquatch, thanks for being here. Had a ferret. Beastman had a ferret. Interesting. All right, Beastmaster. Oh, yeah, Beastmaster. You got it. He had 2 ferrets. I forgot their names now. Anyway, let's go ahead and see if we can find that guy from Beastmaster. Beastmaster Berserker. Let's see. Where are images? There we go. There he is. There's the Berserker guy. And you could... Holy cow. That is worse than I remember. I thought he had some kind of armor on his... on his chest. That is funny. But the legs reminded me... Oh, man. That is too hilarious. It's funny. Your memory versus what is reality is so different. That is hilarious. I can't believe that. Ah! And you only get back to the video. Oh. Hopefully I don't get red flagged for that. All right. So let's take a look at this. This, of course, is the Manny Faces, supposed to be from the comic. And so far I've seen them only packed out with the human face. Let me know if you guys get these, what yours is packed out with, the human face or the monster face or anything else. Jeff says Manny Faces, never heard of him. Sure. All right, so here's the back. And of course they show that. And see, that's why you're like, okay, here we go. Story time with Hebrew. That's why I have 3 Manny Faces. Is so I too can make that same cool scene where we have the man, Z-Robot. Actually, you know what? I want the man when they have the white eyes, so hold on a second. I have to switch these out. And Manny Monster. There we go. So I usually try to buy 3 Manny Faces for that reason. But I have to admit, Mattel kind of messed us over because they gave us this extra head of 3 more heads. So now Slangle bought 6 of them to display all 6 heads. Now, something I didn't mention, sorry, I'm going to jump back, is with Manny Faces back in the day, you could get a special collector version which people called Manny Weapons, and he came with these maroon 5 weapons included in his package. So you had the shield, you had this mace, you had the laser rifle, you had the sword that looks like he's a wooden sword for being an actor, and then you have this axe. And many people would put these with their Wondar figures, but I'm thinking that was just, or Wonder Bread, whatever. But anyway, so I never had a Manny Weapons, but I bought these later on eBay, and I thought it was kind of cool to actually have all 5 of them. Usually the sword and axe go for a whole lot more because people think they came with a Wonder Bread He-Man. So, and then we did get those same maroon weapons with our classics, and it drives me crazy the way they did these. They have like, it's like this one's just like sticky, and they came in the weapons rack, and I kind of wish they didn't paint these maroon on the weapons rack and just released them separately on their own, so we could have these in the regular silver. But anyway, there you go. And the gun always becomes sticky for some reason. It's made of a different kind of rubber, and you can see how the color's even different. The hard plastic keeps its nice sheen, while the rubber one, it soaks it in or something and just ruins it. So all those rifles are ruined. Ruined rifles. All right. That's enough of me jabbering on for so long on one of my top 11 figures. And let's go ahead and rip this guy open. I love the box art. That is just so cool looking. See, they have the old... I'm glad they didn't put... The Skeletor looks almost like the Skeletor from the new cartoon. So I'm glad they didn't use the cartoon thing in here for this picture. I'm glad they kept it all Origins. So cool. I kind of wish I ordered 2 of these. What was I thinking? I was thinking, well, I already have Man-E-Faces. I don't need another one. But once I got this guy in the package looking at him, his coloring looks so cool. Hey, look at that. I saved the back. Ho-ho! All right, let's see what's removable. What can be removed? His arms, his waist, and in the middle of his legs. There you go. So no head removal. The faces within. Dun dun dun. And I always thought it'd be fun to make a version where you have all 3 of them, like they've separated out, but I wonder if this is going to be that where they're all separated out. Nope. And it's definitely not the same storyline. Man-E-Faces just look so cool. All right. Now, one thing they could have done is they could have made this the Weapons variant and gave us 5 maroon weapons with them. That would have totally rocked. Well, that's interesting. Look at this little gun he comes with. I think it's smaller than the one we got here, isn't it? Oh, I guess not. It's the same size. It just feels different. All right, so here he is. Here he is. Whoa! He has no skin color up here on the top of his legs. How weird is that? That's really strange. They gave him just total blue pants. I guess no chaps anymore. We're not giving you guys chaps. Which is funny, they did that also with the 2000X. They didn't give us chaps on him either. He has full color all the way up to his underoos. I guess I'm okay with that. It just seems weird to not have that little skin area there, but okay. Probably more politically correct for today's environment. So one thing I did notice is obviously his skin is not going to have these weird ridges on it like that. So that's a little different. I don't know why they didn't paint those blue. See? Like that. Would have made a whole lot more sense. So I'm going to have to do some painting on this guy. I'm going to have to paint these purple. I'm going to have to paint these purple. And I'm going to have to paint the back of his hands kind of this blue color on both sides. I think that will look way better. Way better. Either that or give him He-Man's hands. He-Man's hands. Hey, you took my hands. Now, the skin colors don't match perfectly, but that's okay. We'll toss them on anyway and see how they work. Probably closer to Prince Adam's hands, I'm guessing, for the coloring. Oh, you can't even see it. It's too zoomed up. Sorry, you guys. That's not too bad. I guess I should go find our Prince Adam and put his hands on there. I think I got an extra Prince Adam down here on the floor. Hold on. Either that or I've already sold all my extra Prince Adams. Yep. I don't see any extra Prince Adams sticking out at me here. Nope. Oh, I forgot to show him. Ha! I might as well keep him out for a minute so we can talk about this guy. He is awesome too. I guess we got one more Many Faces to cover. And this guy's cool because his head flips totally different. Look at that. Such a cool design. Boop. He reminds me of Iroh from Avatar. The way his face looks there. It's Iroh. There we go. The color doesn't look right without the TV shining in the background. That green's just too dark and fades out all my coloring. See? Boop. All right, let's throw him back in the box. Let's keep going with this guy. Let's stick his janky hands back on there until I get him painted. So, disappointments. A couple. One is the lack of paint apps on some of the spots, but that would have cost more. And two, the lack of weapons in the pack. They should have made him a deluxe figure. Just gave us the extra weapons. Oh, look at that face. That face only a mother could love. Whoa. That is quite the robot there. Yeah, I don't know if I'm digging the new faces or not. I don't know. What do you guys think of that face? It's so weird. All right, let's take a look at your guys' comments. I haven't been paying attention at all. He wasn't in your top 11, Todd. No, he's an old man now with wrinkled hands. He's not too bad. He's not too bad. All right, let's go ahead and grab the comic book. Where did I set it? Oh, there it is. It's on the floor. I don't know why I'm going to the book. I have the digital version right on my iPad. Oh well, we'll use the book anyway. So let's see. Let's go to the table of contents. And Ordeal Many Faces, page 127. Almost there. There we go. And there's the same picture for the comic face. So cool. The Ordeal of Many Faces, faces. And it's funny they show him being an actor already with all this headgear on, but he can't change his face yet, which is so bizarre. They should have made him just a regular guy if he was not going to be able to change his face instead of having that giant headgear. Anyway, so he drinks his magical elixir, turns him into a monster that's not green. It's kind of yellowish. Oh, and there we go. There's the deciding spot right there where he's slowly going back and forth between being transformed from the green-powered sorceress and the purple-powered Skeletor. And then he turns into the robot. And there it is. That's the one we've seen. So it does look like the comic. What's weird is it looks like the comic here, but watch me turn the page. He looks more like the toy there. So I think that one frame is just supposed to be like a blast effect between these two. It's not supposed to be the robot face. Because as a robot, he looks like the toy. So Mattel, I know you guys tried. It was cool, but you messed up. That's not supposed to be the robot face. It's supposed to be half in between the two faces, the monster and the human. Like it's like burp, 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 burp. Actually, I guess it makes more sense this way. Burp, 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 burp. Then half in between, and then boop, turns into the robot. How can I assist you? That is going to bother me from now until the end of days. All right, let's look at the comic that he came with. I already did. That's right. Never mind. Never mind. Let's see. Turn the page. Good song. Oh, turn the page. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, it was turn around. I was thinking of. Looks more like T8000 than Manny Face's robot. Yeah. Yeah. I wish they would have turned the page in the when they made the figure. So close. Now I'm going to have to find a way to jury-rig this helmet off without ruining the figure. I know I tried one time before to try to get the head off on one of the other styles like this and have a big old screwdriver mark. I'll probably continue working on that one to get the head off and see how it comes off. And once I figure it out, then I'll apply what I learned onto this one. They did make him yellow, though, like we saw in the comic book. That was cool. Just the wrong monster face. Or the wrong robot face. Man. It took me like... Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde and Mr. Terminator. I prefer the original toy version colors. Yeah, I actually prefer these colors personally, but I wish the legs were bare. As you guys know, I complained about it already. And I wish they had the right robot head in there and the back of the hands were painted. If they at least made these blues the same, we could have done some of our own changing it out. Ugh. Now it's like he has yellow uppers on his legs. That's weird. They fit different. They're changing the plugs slightly. Ugh. Ugh. I should measure these two. Yeah, this you can see this one's actually larger a little bit. All right. Oh, Scott, sorry to hear they don't sell Moto there, man. All right, let's see who's on before I go. Action Figure Guy says the new one looks like Manny Face's older brother. Yeah. Paper is better. Manny Faces smells bad. Manny Feces. Oh. Hey, Todd. What's up? chat. Hey, Jason. Yes, crazy, crazy. Scrap from the box. All right. Well, I have noticed the price on him has gone down on eBay since I got my order from Amazon. So I'm guessing people from Amazon must have got theirs too. So that's cool. So the price might be less now for most people. So that's a huge plus. That hopefully the price of this Man-E-Face is going to go down now that he's been released from Amazon. I've been released from Amazon. Yeah, I'm probably not going to use his robot head. This was just some way to do some mixing between these guys a little more. Oh well. I will live. Hey, a Toys of Time Gone By. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, Amazon canceled mine too. That's the weirdest thing. I thought I wasn't getting it, and then he just showed up today. I'm like, what? You guys canceled it. Why is it here? So I was really surprised. So when I checked today, I saw some as low as $54, which is still pretty high on eBay, but it's lower than it was a couple weeks ago when I checked. So I'm guessing as time goes on, it's going to keep getting less and less. That's okay. As you guys know, classics is my thing, and they gave us a perfect Man-E-Faces. So I guess I should be happy with that and stop complaining. Someone else said they like the Filmation one. The Filmation one is cool. Let's see, they did the robot face right. They did the monster face right. The monster face looks cool. Look at that. Let's see his monster face looks like. His is pretty cool too. Let's see. Mondo Instagram pictures of Beastman makes him look like crazy big. Nice. Filmation is wonderful. Yep, it is really cool looking. They did a good job. Super 7 knocked out of the park with some figures. This is one of them. They also did a great job on the 5.5 inch. Some of those figures too. Not all of them. All right, I am tired. It is way past my nap time. So thanks for joining me. Hopefully, if things go well, I'll have another video tonight. Filmation ruined the comics. Yes. But there was actually a Prince Adam before Filmation made him. There was a DC version that they had of Prince Adam before that. So I'm not sure how that kind of stuck. Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't put some kind of knob on this in the back or something to rotate his head. But I know, in Filmation they didn't have it. They could have turned this little block into some kind of thing to spin his head. Ugh. Oh, I know another one that Super 7 did a good job with. They did a good job with Rap Trap. That was a good one too. Rap Trap. Yeah, the Masterverse version was okay. I sold mine. Yeah. The Masterverse version was better than this one, that's for sure. Even though I was really excited about getting this until I opened it. I do like the skin color, but that's as far as it goes. But anyway, thanks for watching. You can change it with one finger at least. Or I can at least. Yep, you can change it, but it's weird. See, it kind of gets stuck right there. And your finger's going across this painted surface over and over again. And you know it's not going to last long with the finger oils getting on there all the time. All right. See, my Dragon Blaster Skeletor still sticky. Not as much as he was when I first burned him. He's getting less sticky all the time. guess I should put the lock on the elastic part. That would make more sense. There we go. You know what? I'll put it back on there. I like it better on that part. I got here too late, apparently, so he is different from the other version. Yep, he is different. His skin tone is the main difference, and no chaps, so there you go. And his robot face is incorrect. They used the half transform picture between the monster and the human instead of the actual robot face. He's wearing jeans. Yep, I'm gonna have to do something though. I don't know. You know what? Maybe I'm not gonna do anything because, like I said, Origins is not my thing. It's just so weird how much space is between there. Let's see the original. The original is no space at all. It just goes right from one face to another. And this one here has the same amount of space between them. And this one here has no space. Just goes right from one to the other. And this one has no space. It just goes between right to one to the other. And this one I think has a black bar space. But it's really small. Yeah, see, it's just a small little black bar. That's weird. The black bar on this side's thicker than the black bar on that side. How weird. So you get when things are hand sculpted. All right, let's see the Uncle Iroh's head. Of course, he has a spot, so you kind of wear it right from the chin to the forehead. Look at that robot face. That's crazy. Looks more reptilian. Wookie Sasquatch says, hey everybody, before I forget, enter my Name the Figure contest before October 14th. There are only about 10 entries so far, so if you have a good chance of winning a Sasquatch or a squeeze figure. Oh, a squeeze figure. Yeah, you guys head over to Wookie Sasquatch, click his name to get to his channel, check it out, and name that figure. Yeah. Nope. I'm not going to get the new cartoon ones. Thanks for asking. I thought about it, but when I looked at the Skeletor 2-pack, the more I looked at it, I'm like, you know what? I don't need the Filmation ones. I don't need it. I was still maybe getting the He-Man one just because the head would be cool to stick on the Super 7 figure, but we'll see. So I might get it just for the head. He's got space between his ears. Let's see, Mike says, I find losing interest in Origins some days. Also, why? Laughing out loud. Yeah. Yeah, I am too. I kind of already lost my interest in Masterverse, as you guys have seen, unless I can use the Masterverse parts for other customs. Like my awesome King Grayskull figure. You know what? I'm going to grab that King Grayskull figure just for the fun of it, because we're just hanging out. So for Masterverse, I've got some fun customs. One is I took the 40th anniversary He-Man and made myself a King Grayskull. And he is totally awesome how huge he is. Now that he has the King Grayskull body, or not King Grayskull body, the 40th anniversary body, it makes him taller than He-Man, which makes sense, he's supposed to be. And then, turn your head, man. And then I also used the New Adventures, to make my New Adventures He-Man look even cooler. by using the Masterverse parts. So mostly if I buy Masterverse, it's for either supplementing my figures by using their accessories, or so I can add them in as part of my collection. So as you guys know, I have my Monsters of the Universe, which are also Masterverse. So I got my Beast Man, repainted with some 2000X stuff added in. And then I have my Double Claw Clawful. And then I have my Whiplash. And yes, I pulled Too Bad out of the mix. I decided my Too Bad was not going to be part of this. And I switched out his boots, as you guys know. And then I have my guy who basically cleans up. My maintenance man. See, here's the original boots he came with. These giant duck boots. It's just looked idiotic. Here's my extra claw arms, so I can change it back and give him 2 small arms I wanted to instead of 2 big ones. Zoop. And that is about it. I have gone on way too long and have totally covered the gambit now of complaining about Masterverse, complaining about Origins. It's time for a nap. Masterverse new trap jaw is pretty... Yeah, the new trap jaw looks really cool. I'm looking forward to that as well. That's going to be a good one. And of course I got my Kids of Eternia. We're the Kids of Eternia. Whoa. Just those 4. Ugh. I gotta put these all away. Such hard work putting away action figures. See, I could say, what'd you do today? Well, I put away action figures. What'd you do today? I watched the guy put away action figures on video. Oh. That sounds like fun. Ugh. Yeah, I think this was the coolest to be able to use that body to eventually make a good size King Grayskull. And finally to have an awesome New Adventures He-Man. That is worthy. To go with my 80s figures. So Unicron said, pick up a few when they were on sale. I don't regret. V'ger is awesome. Not sure what that's all about. All right. Oh, the D&D figures. Yes, I know. Now I know what you're talking about. Now I'm picking up what you're laying down. Yep, I just got the 4 kids. That's it. And not all the kids. I think his name's Eric. I didn't get him. Maybe his name's Dirk. I don't know. I just realized I forgot to put away this head in with my Skeletor. Someday I gotta actually finish cleaning this room. It is a disaster still. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Yep, I didn't get Eric and Presto. They're the 2. Yeah, they break really easy from what I've heard. And like I said, I had to use hot water on them to not have them break when I move the joints. The cartoon figures, they're better than the cartoon. He's been saying bye for 15 minutes. I know. Just sitting here, enjoying myself with you guys and my figures. Anyway, this is it. Good journey, and I will see you guys next video. Bye now.